I ain't gonna lie, I'm not trying to get copyrighted. But we all know Paul George and how he has one of the most elegant playstyles in the league. And exactly how he does this at 6'9", I don't know. But here's how you can play like Mr. Smooth himself. Let's get into it. Now guards. Even though this guy's pretty tall and has length, there's still some things we can learn from him. One of those things is his mid-range game. This is the area I feel like PG is the biggest threat in. And the move he does really well is the tween cross shifting his weight. You want to really get shifty with this one. And what I mean by that is basically getting low and faking going the other way with your body. And don't be scared to make mistakes. It's all a part of the process. We'll work on these from the 3 spots and make 3 going each way. The counter to this, or add-on you'll see PG use a ton, is the step back right at the end. Just again, still working on being shifty and the same amount of makes for these. Hey, if you learned something new so far, make sure to like and subscribe. And while you're at it, let me know who your favorite player is, or someone you want me to do next. When going full speed at the rim, there's usually 2 moves Paul George uses to stop his momentum. And one of those is the under drag pullback. I feel like this is one of the safest ways to pull back, and it allows for a smooth transfer into your shot. Now, like I said, no one is safe from making mistakes. He mainly does these pulling back with his right hand, but we'll work on both sides for safe measure. Let's do 4 makes each way from both wings. The second move is of course his behind the back pull, and this one is just a lot quicker than the alternative, and is a little more safe also, depending on your handle level of course. All it is just going downhill full speed, and then stopping on a dime once you sense your defender getting a little ahead of you. And some mistakes, you can even play through, just like I did right here. So just get used to treating practice like the real game, and you'll get better in the real game. We got these from the 3 spots and 3 makes each way. Now, kind of like Shay, who I made a video on, and if you haven't seen it yet, it'll be right here. Paul George has his own bump he likes to do in the mid-range. All it is a slight bump and then a jump stop on 2. Now for you taller players, copy exactly what Paul George just did. But for shorter players like me, you want to either bump your defender harder or add a step back or shuffle back to make space. Especially if you're getting into the move on your shooting shoulder side. Because if you don't, I promise you, it's getting sent into the stands. We'll make 6 of these driving middle from each wing. He really has a plethora of moves to stop on a dime. And a really underrated one is the pound dead leg stop. I rarely see people using this, but it's definitely one you need in your bag. You want to just put your outside foot forward and then pound the ball on the outside of it. Once you do that, just gather your feet and get into your shot. Now we're going to combine that with the move from the beginning. So it's a quick tween cross into a pound dead leg stop. It's a shifty combo, and it's one you definitely want to have at your disposal. We'll do 5 going each way from the top of the key. The back down into a spin and then step back is another move I've noticed from him. And this is a part of the game he and other taller players like him have mastered, but it's something smaller players often neglect. But I'm here to tell you right now, we need it as well. You want to low-key drop the ball in the spin, and then get it back in your hand and step back any way you can. Now y'all gotta let me know if you ever seen this done. The low pickup into a mid-range jumper. That's kinda OD, but we're gonna work on these as well. And what you want to do is get into the low pickup like you normally would, but instead of going to the rim, swing the ball up and get into a fading 1-2 mid-range jumper. We got 5 of these driving middle from each wing. We all know Paul George is a great 3-point shooter, so let's get into some of the shots he likes to take in this area. Whenever he's setting up the defense beyond the arc, there's really 3 moves he likes to get into. At number 1, we got his tween faking the drive, and then a quick foot replace into the shot. The reason this works so well is because of the jab he makes with that front foot. So I really want you to focus on jabbing it at the rim. We'll work on these from both wings and make 7 jabbing with that right foot if you're right-handed, and then left foot if you're left-handed. The next one is kind of like it, but you want to switch the leg you do the between and the jab with. And instead of gathering your foot back into your shot, you want to gather it forward into it. We'll do 7 makes with that leg from the top of the key. And if you're left-handed, just do the opposite leg. The third move is the hezi into a fake drive and then a pull-up 3. If you've noticed, all these moves have something in common. They all fake the drive with the jab. And this is really important for getting a less contested shot from 3. Now let's get into some finishing. And the move you want to be able to do is the long stride or kick hesitation to get into your lay. It's really good for freezing the defense and can sometimes leave you wide open. Let's make 5 each way from the top of the key. The next move is the twin cross we talked about before. And you can really use this to get into any type of shot you want. But we'll just work on these getting into a bunch of different lays. Then we got the Euro into the inside hand finish. So you want to step with your outside foot, then as far out as you can with your inside foot, and then get into your lay. We'll make 5 on each side of the rim. The last move is the hang float kind of finish, and you want to use this to absorb contact from the defense or hang in the air long enough to get an open shot. Like I said before, he's a great shooter, and his catch and shoot 3 is no exception. He uses these little pauses, just like Kyrie, to allow the play to form and make openings for himself. He also has impeccable footwork, and it shows. If this video helped you guys out, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.